I never meant to fall for her. Not like this. Not in the way that made my chest feel too tight whenever she laughed at something only I understood. Not in the way that made my stomach twist every time she stripped off her shirt in front of me like it meant nothing. And especially not in the way that kept me awake at night, lying beside her in the dark, with nothing but an inch of mattress between our bodies and an ocean of confusion in my heart. Her name is Lauren, and she's my best friend. She's the girl who always got too loud after 2 glasses of wine, the girl who danced barefoot on the pavement after a storm, the girl who kissed boys at parties and then crawled into my bed at 3 in the morning smelling like tequila and regret. She's also the girl who whispers my name in the dark like it's a secret she doesn't want to understand. I've loved her for years, quietly, patiently, hopelessly. And every time she climbs into my bed and curls her body around mine like it's the most natural thing in the world, I swear I forget how to breathe. Tonight is one of those nights. The room is quiet except for the hum of the ceiling fan and the occasional rustle of sheets. My dorm room isn't much. A twin bed, a desk covered in textbooks and coffee cups, posters that are slowly peeling off the walls. But somehow, with her here, it always feels fuller, warmer, dangerous. "You're not going to make me sleep on that terrible couch, are you?" she asks, already pulling off her hoodie like she owns the place. Her tank top rides up just enough to show a sliver of her stomach, and I force myself not to look, or stare, or remember how soft her skin felt that night she fell asleep with her hand under my shirt. "You know you never do," I mutter, trying to focus on my phone screen even though I've reread the same text 5 times. She grins, tossing her hoodie onto my chair before slipping into my bed like she's done 100 times before. "You're the best, Nat, honestly. I'd marry you if you had a dick." She laughs like it's funny, like it doesn't slice me in two. I force a smile. If you enjoyed this content and want to support the channel in a special way, try clicking the thanks button below. It's the one with the heart and $sign icon. With super thanks, you can make a direct contribution to the channel, which helps me keep creating awesome videos for you. But it doesn't reach my eyes. "Thanks. That's sweet." She doesn't notice the tightness in my voice, or maybe she does and pretends not to. That's the thing about Lauren. She's always dancing on the edge of something she refuses to name. Her fingers brush my arm as she shifts under the covers, and it's nothing, it's always nothing, but to me it feels like everything. "You're so warm," she murmurs, already halfway asleep. Her breath is soft against my neck, her body curled into mine like we're puzzle pieces that were always meant to fit. I lie still, afraid to move, afraid to breathe, afraid to let my heart beat too loudly in case she hears it screaming her name. I tell myself not to read into it, that this is just how she is, affectionate, touchy, flirty in that careless, infuriating way that makes me want to shake her and kiss her all at once. But then she does it. The thing she always does when she thinks I'm asleep. Her fingers slide under the hem of my shirt, barely touching skin, just enough to send a shiver down my spine. Her lips brush my shoulder, featherlight. A kiss, maybe. Or maybe nothing. I don't know anymore. I never know with her. "You're so soft," she whispers, and I can't tell if she's dreaming or teasing or breaking me on purpose. My breath catches. I want to turn around. I want to face her, ask her what this means, what we are, what she wants from me. But I don't. I never do. Because if I ask, she might laugh. Or worse, she might tell the truth. And I'm not sure I can survive either. Instead, I close my eyes and pretend I'm asleep. Pretend her hand isn't resting just above my hip. Pretend my heart isn't breaking all over again. In the morning, she'll wake up first. She always does. She'll stretch and yawn and pretend nothing happened, and I'll pretend with her. Because it's easier. Because it's safer. Because if I tell her how I really feel, I might lose her completely. And I'd rather suffer quietly than risk that. But this time, when the light begins to spill through the curtains and I stir from half-sleep, she's still there. Still in my bed. Still pressed against me like we're lovers, not just friends. And her hand is on my waist, fingers splayed, possessive. Like she forgot to pretend. I don't move. I don't breathe. And then slowly she speaks. Natalie. My name. Soft and unsure. Yeah. I whisper, voice barely audible. There's a long pause. Her thumb brushes my skin. Do you ever think about it? My heart stops. About what? Us. Her voice is barely a breath. What if we tried it? Just once. I turn to face her, finally, and her eyes are wide and vulnerable, rimmed with sleep, but painfully awake. And I don't know if she means it, or if she's scared, or if this is just another moment she'll forget by morning. But I can't stop myself. Lauren, I whisper, don't say that unless you mean it. Her eyes search mine, and something in her gaze shifts, softens, heats. I don't know what I mean, she admits. I just know I can't stop thinking about you. And with that, she leans in, hesitant, slow, but sure, and her lips brush mine. Just a breath. Just enough to ignite everything I've spent years trying to bury. When she pulls back, I'm trembling.
So is she.
I'm not gay, she says, almost like she's trying to convince herself. But when I'm with you, I feel like I could be. The kiss lingers in the air like smoke, delicate, uncertain, but impossible to ignore. My heart is still racing, my lips still tingling, and Lauren is looking at me like she's terrified of what she's just done. Or maybe terrified that she liked it. I should say something. I should laugh, shrug it off, tell her it's fine, that I'm fine, that we're fine. But I'm not. I'm not fine, and we're not fine. And this thing between us, has never been just friendship. Not really. Say something, she whispers, pulling the covers up around her as if they can shield her from what just happened. I swallow hard. You kissed me. She nods slowly, eyes wide and vulnerable. I know. Why? I don't know, she breathes, her voice cracking. I couldn't stop thinking about it. About you. About us. I thought if I kissed you, I'd know how I felt. My heart aches. And do you? No, she admits, and something in me shatters a little. But I don't regret it. That part, those 4 words hit me like a second kiss. Deeper. More dangerous. You can't keep doing this, Lauren, I say softly, forcing myself to sit up, to put even a sliver of distance between us. You can't keep crawling into my bed and touching me like I'm yours if you don't mean it. Her face twists with guilt. I know. It's not fair. I know, she says again, voice trembling now. But I don't know what to do, Nat. You're my best friend. You're everything to me. Then stop pretending this is nothing. Silence stretches between us like a fault line. Then, barely audible, she says, it's not nothing. I turn to her, heart thudding against my ribs. Then what is it? It's confusing, she says, eyes locking onto mine. It's terrifying, but it's real. And I think I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth risking everything. It is, I say, before I can stop myself. She blinks, startled by the certainty in my voice. How do you know? Because I've been in love with you since sophomore year. The words fall out like a secret I've been dying to spill, and the moment they're out, I feel both terrified and free. Her eyes widen. You have? I nod, my voice barely a whisper now. And it's been hell, watching you with other people, holding you when you're drunk and pretending it doesn't kill me. Hearing you say I'm the most important person in your life, but knowing you'd never love me the way I love you. Lauren is quiet for a long time. Too long. I feel panic rising in my chest like a wave, threatening to swallow me whole. But then she reaches for my hand under the covers. And her fingers are shaking. I think I do love you, she whispers. I just don't know how to be that. I've never been with a girl. I don't even know what that means for me. I squeeze her hand. It doesn't have to mean anything right now.
Just that you feel something.
That I'm not alone in this. You're not, she says quickly. God, Nat, you're not. I think about you all the time, more than I should. And when I'm with you, I feel safe. But also like I'm on the edge of something I don't understand. That's what falling in love feels like, I say gently. She looks at me then, really looks, and there's something raw in her eyes. Something real. What if I mess this up? Then we deal with it, I say, because it's the truth. But I can't keep pretending this doesn't hurt. I can't keep being your safe space if you're never going to let yourself feel what's real between us. Her hand slips from mine. For a moment, I think I've lost her. But then she moves closer, impossibly close, until our foreheads touch, and I can feel her breath on my lips. I want to try, she says. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm scared, but I want to try. Just don't give up on me yet. My heart thuds so loudly I wonder if she can hear it. I won't. She leans in again, slower this time, more certain, and this kiss is deeper. Warmer. Like she's finally letting herself feel all the things she's been afraid to name. Her fingers slip into my hair, and I pull her closer, letting the weight of years of longing dissolve between us. The kiss is messy and hesitant, but it's real. When we pull apart, breathless and trembling, she buries her face in my neck and whispers, "Promise me this won't ruin us." I hold her tightly, not sure if I'm reassuring her or myself. It won't. Not if we're honest. She nods against my skin. Okay. We lie there for a long time, wrapped in each other, wrapped in fear and hope and something new that neither of us knows how to name yet. And for the first time in years, I don't feel like I'm chasing a fantasy. I feel like maybe, just maybe, she's reaching back. The next morning, the sunlight filters through the blinds and wakes me before she does. Her arm is draped across my waist, her face peaceful against the pillow. I watch her for a long moment, memorizing the shape of her lips, the softness of her expression. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. I reach for it carefully, not wanting to wake her. A message from Becca lights up the screen. "Are you still coming to the gallery tonight?" I blink, caught between two worlds. One where I'm Nat, the responsible, loyal best friend, and one where I'm Nat, the girl who finally kissed the one she's always wanted. I glance back at Lauren, still asleep beside me, still here, still real. I don't know what we are now. I don't know what comes next. But I know it started last night, with one kiss, one promise, one maybe, and maybe that's enough. Lauren doesn't say anything when she wakes up. She doesn't bolt, doesn't freak out, doesn't look at me with wide eyes and call last night a mistake. Instead, she lies there, silent and still, staring up at the ceiling with a frown that tugs at the corner of her mouth like she's at war with herself. I don't speak first. I don't touch her. I don't move. I just watch her, my chest tightening with every second she doesn't look at me. When she finally does, her eyes are unreadable. "Morning," she says softly. "Hey," I answer, barely breathing. She sits up slowly, pulling the sheets around herself like she's trying to build armor out of cotton. Her hair is messy, her tank top twisted, and her lips still pink from last night's kiss. My heart aches with how badly I want to pull her back down and kiss her again. But I don't. She swings her legs over the edge of the bed, staring at the floor for a long moment before speaking again. "I should probably go change. I have class in like 30 minutes. I nod.
Yeah.
Okay. She stands, avoiding my eyes as she grabs her hoodie off the chair and pulls it over her head. Her silence is louder than any words. I can feel her slipping away again, even after everything she said last night. "Lauren." She freezes. "Don't pretend that didn't happen." She sighs, her back still to me. "I'm not. I don't know what to do now." "You don't have to do anything yet," I say gently. "But you can't pretend it meant nothing. Not to me." She turns slowly, and this time there's something in her eyes, something raw and honest. "It didn't mean nothing," she says quietly. "I just woke up and panicked. I'm still panicking." "That's okay," I say. "You're allowed to freak out. I just need to know you're not going to push me away again." She walks back to the bed, standing in front of me. "I don't want to. I'm just scared." I reach for her hand, and she lets me take it. "You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be honest with me." She nods slowly, her fingers tightening around mine. Okay, I want to kiss her. I want to hold her. But I also want her to leave on her own terms, with her head clear and her heart intact. Go change. I'll see you later. Yeah, she says, a small smile tugging at her lips. Later. And then she's gone. The moment the door closes behind her, I collapse back onto the bed and stare at the ceiling, replaying every second of last night until my brain is a whirlwind of what-ifs and maybe she's finally. I want to believe her. I want to believe that she meant it when she said she wanted to try. But wanting something and being ready for it are two very different things. My phone buzzes again. Another message from Becca. Still hoping you're coming to the gallery tonight. I saved you a seat.
Becca.
Sweet, dependable, impossibly patient Becca. She's been in my life for months, hovering on the edges of something that never quite started. She's kind. Funny. She gets art the way I do. We've kissed twice, but it never went anywhere because my heart was always somewhere else. With someone else. Still, I'd promised her I'd come. And maybe that's exactly what I need right now, to get out of my head, to step out of the bubble Lauren and I have been living in for years. I text back, I'll be there. The gallery is buzzing by the time I arrive. The walls are lined with canvases, abstract pieces dripping with color and emotion. The crowd is young and dressed in curated chaos, half art students, half tortured souls. I spot Becca near the back, holding 2 plastic cups of cheap wine. Her face lights up when she sees me. You came? Of course I did, I say, and she hands me a cup with a soft smile. Thanks for saving me a seat. Always, she says, then gestures toward the corner where a few folding chairs are set up in front of a small stage. Spoken word is starting soon. I follow her, trying to focus on the art, the voices, the wine. But my phone is a weight in my pocket, and every time it doesn't buzz, I feel a little colder, a little more alone. Becca watches me during the performance, her eyes flicking to my face like she's trying to read something there. After the second poet steps off stage, she leans closer. Are you okay? Yeah, I lie. Just tired. You don't have to pretend with me, Nat. I give her a tired smile. I know. Still thinking about her? She asks softly. I don't answer. I don't have to. She's not going to love you the way you want her to. Becca says gently, no malice in her tone. Some people don't know how. I look at her, and for the first time I feel something twist. Not guilt, but clarity. She kissed me last night. Becca's eyes widen, but she doesn't speak. She said she wanted to try. But this morning she panicked. And now I don't know what to think. Then wait, Becca says simply. If she's going to choose you, let her do it without pressure. But protect yourself too. Now don't lose yourself waiting for someone who might never show up. I nod, my chest tight. I don't want to lose her. Then be her friend, Becca says. But stop breaking your own heart hoping she'll become someone she's not ready to be. I swallow hard, the words hitting deeper than I want to admit. Becca reaches for my hand, holding it softly. You deserve someone who loves you out loud. And in that moment, I know she's right. But knowing and feeling are two different things. Later that night, I'm back in my dorm alone. I sit on my bed, scrolling through my phone, staring at the empty screen. No messages. No calls. Nothing from Lauren. The silence is brutal. Then, finally, a buzz. Her name lights up my screen.
Hey.
Can I come over? My heart jumps. I type back before I can think better of it. Yeah. Doors open. 10 minutes later, she's standing in my room again.
Hoodie.
No makeup. Nervous eyes. Hey, she says. Hey. She walks in, pacing for a second before sitting on the edge of my bed. I freaked out this morning. I know. I'm sorry. It's okay, I say, even though it's not. I've just been thinking all day, she continues. And I don't want to keep hurting you. I don't want to be the reason you stop believing in love. My breath catches. I'm not asking for forever, Lauren. I'm just asking for something real. She looks at me, eyes full of fear and hope. Then let's be real. What does that mean? It means I want to try, she says again, firmer this time. For real. Not just in your bed. Not just when it's dark. I want to try when it's messy, when it's hard, when it scares me. And when it's good? I ask softly. She smiles, tears in her eyes, especially when it's good. And then she crosses the space between us and kisses me like she means it, like she finally understands, like she's choosing me, not out of confusion, not out of fear, but because her heart finally caught up to what mine's been screaming all along. The kiss is different this time. It's not hesitant, not a question. It's an answer. Lauren kisses me like she's already made her choice, like every second of denial and distance was leading to this exact moment. Her hands find my waist, my jaw, my hair, pulling me closer with a kind of desperation I've only felt from her in dreams I used to wake up aching from. This isn't a dream. It's her, warm and real and trembling in my arms. She tastes like nerves and hope, and I can feel the way her heart is hammering through her chest, pressed against mine. We kiss until the air runs out, until she pulls back, just enough to rest her forehead against mine, her breath shaky and uneven. I don't know what I'm doing, she whispers, eyes fluttering closed. But I know I want you. That's all I've ever needed to hear. I kiss her again, softer this time, like a promise. Her hands move under the hem of my shirt, slow and unsure, and I guide her without pressure, letting her set the pace. Every inch she explores feels like new territory, a place she never thought she'd want to touch. Her fingers are cold, her skin burning. Is this okay? She murmurs against my throat. Yes, I breathe, closing my eyes as her mouth finds the curve of my neck. Are you sure? She asks again, pulling back just enough to look at me. You can stop me anytime. I don't want you to stop, I say, my voice thick with emotion. I've wanted this for so long, I don't even remember what it feels like not to want you. Something shifts in her eyes then, an ache, an apology, maybe even awe. She kisses me again like she's trying to make up for every time she left me wondering, every time she crawled into my bed and pretended she didn't know what she was doing to me. We fall into each other slowly, clumsily, like two people learning a new language with their hands and mouths. There's nothing perfect about it. It's messy and emotional and terrifying. But it's also everything. Afterward, she curls into my side, skin warm and damp, her breath steady against my shoulder. I stroke her hair and feel her body soften with every second, like she's finally letting herself be still. I feel like I'm going to explode, she says after a while, her voice small. Why? Because that was the most real thing I've ever felt, and I don't even know who I am right now. You're still you, I say gently. You're just letting yourself be more. She nods, but I can feel the fear in her bones. What if it doesn't last? What if I freak out again and ruin everything? Then we take it one day at a time, I say. We're not writing our future tonight. We're just admitting there could be one. She lets out a shaky laugh. You're too good at this. At what? Loving me. My chest tightens. I've had a lot of practice. She lifts her head then, her eyes serious. I don't deserve you. Don't say that. It's true. You're trying. That's all I ever wanted. We fall asleep wrapped around each other, and for the first time in years, I don't wake up with that hollow ache in my chest. But the world doesn't stop just because we had one perfect night. Reality crashes back in fast. The next morning, she slips out of bed early, kisses my forehead softly, and whispers that she'll text me later. But she doesn't. Not right away. I wait. An hour.
2.
3. I keep glancing at my phone, my chest tightening with every minute that passes. Did she change her mind? Is she regretting it already? Is she going to pretend last night didn't happen, like she always used to? By the time I'm walking to class, I'm spiraling. I try to tell myself to be patient, that she needs space to process. But patience has never been easy with a heart this loud. Then I see her. She's across the quad, sitting under a tree with her friends, laughing like nothing has changed. Like I'm not sitting here with her taste still on my lips, waiting for her to look at me. She doesn't. Not even once. I feel like a ghost. My chest burns as I walk past them, trying not to let the ache show on my face. Maybe I was wrong to think she was ready. Maybe I let myself believe in something that only existed in the dark. I'm halfway back to my dorm when my phone finally buzzes.
Can we talk?
I stop walking. My fingers tremble as I text back.
When? Now.
Your room? I barely remember the walk back. When she arrives, she looks like she hasn't slept. Her eyes are red, her hoodie is too big, and her hands keep wringing the hem of her sleeve like she's trying to squeeze the truth out of herself. Hey, I say quietly. Hey, she answers. There's a pause. She doesn't sit, doesn't move. Last night was real, she says suddenly. So real it scared the hell out of me. I woke up thinking I'd feel different.
But I didn't.
I still want you. Maybe more. Then why didn't you? Because I didn't know how to look at you in daylight, she says, her voice cracking. I've spent so long building this version of myself that fits. Straight. Safe. Normal. But then I'm with you, and none of that matters, and I feel everything, and I don't know what to do with it. You don't have to have all the answers, I say softly. Just don't shut me out. She walks toward me, slowly, like she's afraid she'll break something if she moves too fast. I'm not going to pretend anymore, she says. I don't know who I am, but I know I want to figure it out with you. I exhale slowly, the relief so deep it makes my knees weak. That's all I've ever wanted. She reaches for me then, and when our fingers touch, it's like a circuit finally connects. I was scared that if I kissed you, I'd lose myself, she says. But what if this is me? What if you're part of who I've always been? I don't answer with words. I just pull her into my arms and kiss her, slow and deep and sure. Because she's finally here. Finally real. And I'm done pretending too. Being with Lauren in daylight feels different. Not because she pulls away, not because she pretends, but because she doesn't. The next few days, something shifts. Subtle, but unmistakable. She doesn't flinch when our hands brush in the dining hall. She doesn't hesitate before texting me first. She even kisses me outside, under the shade of the old oak tree between our dorms, when no one's looking. But that kiss, quick and impulsive, still makes my heart stutter like it's the first time. She's trying, and I see her trying. But beneath that, I can feel the storm that's brewing inside her. Every soft smile, every lingering glance, every time she touches me like she's still shocked by how good it feels, it's all layered with fear. Of herself, of what this means, of what it'll mean to everyone else. We don't talk about labels. She avoids the word relationship. She still introduces me as her best friend when we pass someone she knows. And when I crawl into bed beside her at night, there's always a beat of silence, like she's deciding whether she's ready to let this happen again. But when she does, when she kisses me with that slow burn behind her eyes, when her hands roam over me like she's memorizing everything she's denied herself for so long, it feels real. So real, it scares me too. On Friday night, she invites me to stay over in her dorm. It's the first time we'll sleep in her bed instead of mine, and I don't realize how much that means until I'm standing in her doorway, holding my breath while she closes it behind me. You okay? I ask, watching her fidget with her hoodie sleeve.
Yeah, she says.
Just nervous. I've never had this in my space before. You mean a girl? I tease gently. She winces a little, then smiles. I mean you. That shuts me up. Her room smells like coconut lotion and laundry detergent. Her bed is messier than mine, covered in throw pillows and one of those ridiculously soft blankets she always ends up stealing when she's at my place. She sits on the edge of the mattress, looking up at me like she's waiting for permission to breathe. I walk over slowly, standing between her knees, and run my fingers through her hair. You're allowed to want this, Lauren. She nods, resting her head against my stomach, arms wrapping around my waist. I do. God, I do. I tilt her chin up and kiss her, soft at first, then deeper, slower, until I feel her melt into me. She pulls me down onto the bed with her, and we tangle together like we've been doing it forever. Her touches are bolder now, less afraid. She learns my body like she's finally giving herself permission to crave it, and when she moans my name for the first time, low and breathless against my mouth, something in me snaps and reassembles in the same moment. We move like we've been holding this back for years, because we have. And when we collapse in each other's arms afterward, tangled in sheets and skin and soft breaths, she looks at me like she's not questioning anymore. "I didn't know it could feel like this," she whispers, her fingertips tracing lazy circles on my hip. "What?"
Safe.
"Wanted." "Right." I kiss her temple. "You deserve all of that. And more." She leans into me, her voice barely audible. "Do you think this could be real?" "It already is." She's quiet for a long time. Then, what if people find out? What if they do? They'll talk. Let them. My parents aren't here, and they don't get to decide who makes you happy. She pulls the blanket tighter around us. I just don't want to lose everything. I rest my forehead against hers. "You're not losing anything. You're finally choosing something." "Someone," she corrects. "You." That night, we sleep tangled up in her sheets, her head tucked under my chin, her leg hooked around mine like she doesn't want even an inch between us. And in the quiet of her room, with her skin still warm against mine and her breath soft and steady, I let myself believe we're finally moving forward. But life doesn't pause just because we're figuring ourselves out. On Monday, everything shifts again. It's a stupid thing, a photo. A blurry selfie someone posts on their story from the back of the coffee shop, where Lauren and I had been sitting on the couch, laughing over a shared muffin, her hand resting casually on my knee. We didn't know we were being watched. Didn't think anyone would notice. But someone did. And by lunchtime, I know. I know because 3 different people look at me weird in the hallway. I know because I hear someone whisper the word gay behind my back like it's poison. I know because when I open my phone, there's a screenshot of the photo in a group chat I never asked to be added to. So Lauren's a lesbian now? That explains a lot. Can't believe Natalie finally got what she wanted. My stomach drops. I freeze in the middle of the hallway, heart pounding, and it takes everything in me not to cry. I text Lauren. "We need to talk."
Now.
She doesn't answer. I call. It rings 4 times and goes to voicemail. I text again. "Lauren, please." Nothing. I spend the rest of the day in a haze, drifting through classes, ignoring everyone, trying to keep the panic from showing on my face. She finally shows up at my door that night. Her face is pale. Her eyes are red. "I saw it," she says before I can even speak. "I saw the messages." "Why didn't you answer me?" "Because I was freaking out." "I know." "I was too." "They're saying things, Nat. They're saying we're, what? Together?" "Yeah. We are." She flinches. "I don't know how to do this in public. It was easier when it was just us." "Easier for who?" I ask, and the words come out sharper than I meant them to. Her eyes fill with tears. "I didn't mean it like that." "Then how did you mean it?" "I'm scared." "So am I." I take a step closer. "But I'm not going to be your secret anymore. I've loved you too long to be hidden in the shadows. I'm not ashamed of you." "Then prove it." She looks at me like she's standing on the edge of something huge.
Terrifying. Permanent.
And I can see the war in her eyes, the part of her that wants to run, and the part of her that finally wants to stay. "I'm not ready," she whispers. "Then tell me what you are ready for." She looks down. "I'm ready to not lose you." "Then don't push me away." "Can we just be us, but quieter, for a little while?" My heart breaks a little, but I nod. Because I get it. Because I know her. Because if this is what it takes for her to keep choosing me, I'll give her the time she needs. "But not forever," I say. "No," she promises. "Just until I can be brave like you." And then she kisses me, and I know she means it. The days that follow feel like holding my breath underwater. Lauren keeps her promise, sort of. She still texts me good morning. She still kisses me when we're alone. She still whispers sweet, aching things into my neck when we lie tangled up together in the dark. But in public, she keeps her distance. We walk beside each other, but never touch. We sit at the same table in the dining hall, but she looks down at her tray more than at me. And when someone else joins us, She shuts down entirely, like she's flipped a switch and become a different version of herself. The safe version. The straight version. I tell myself to be patient. I tell myself that progress doesn't come without fear, that she's never had to navigate this before. But the longer it goes on, the harder it gets to breathe. The harder it gets to convince myself that I'm not just another secret waiting to be buried. She comes over one night after a party. Her mascara is smudged, her lips pink from too much wine, and she leans into me the moment I open the door. God, I missed you, she breathes, wrapping her arms around me like she hasn't spent the last 5 days pretending we don't exist outside the safety of my sheets. I hold her, but I don't kiss her. Not yet. She notices. What's wrong? I pull away just enough to look at her. I don't want to be the person you hide behind closed doors anymore, Lauren. Her smile falters. We've talked about this. Yeah, we talked.
And you said you needed time.
I gave you time. But now I'm just starting to feel like your little escape. Like I'm only good enough when you're drunk or lonely or scared. She blinks like I slapped her. That's not fair. Isn't it? I ask quietly. You tell me how much you want me when we're alone, and then you won't even look at me in the daylight. Because people talk. Let them. I can't. You don't understand what it's like. Then explain it to me. I don't know how, she snaps, her voice rising. I don't know what I'm doing, Nat. I've never been with a girl. I've never even thought about being with a girl until you, and now my whole world feels upside down, and I'm terrified of what happens if I let everyone else see what we are. What are we? I ask, voice breaking. She stares at me, her silence louder than any answer. That's what I thought. Don't do that, she says, stepping back. Don't make this some ultimatum. I'm trying. You're trying when it's convenient. You're trying when you're lonely. But you're not trying when it matters. When it's hard. When I need you to stand next to me instead of pretending we're just friends. Her eyes glisten. I don't know how to be what you need. You don't have to be perfect, Lauren. You just have to be honest. With me. With yourself. She's quiet for a long time. Then she whispers, Do you think I'm broken? The question knocks the air from my lungs.
No. God, no.
I think you're scared. And I think you've spent so long pretending you were one thing that the idea of being something else feels like falling off a cliff. But you're not broken. You're just unfinished. She nods slowly, tears slipping down her cheeks. I'm sorry I make you feel hidden. I don't want to be your shame. You're not. You're the only part of my life that feels real right now. Her voice is barely there, and she steps closer again, reaching for me. I let her, because I still love her. Because no matter how hard this is, I still believe in the girl who held me and whispered, What if we tried it? Just once? But something inside me is tired. Something inside me is starting to bruise. The next day, we try again. She holds my hand under the table at the cafe when no one's looking. She kisses my cheek when she leaves my room. Small things. Private things. But still hidden. Then it happens. We're walking out of the library one evening, laughing about something stupid, something that makes her eyes crinkle and her hand slip into mine without thinking. And that's when we see him. Jason. Her ex standing by the fountain, talking with a group of people from her dorm. He sees us. Sees our hands. Sees the way she's leaning into me. And his face changes. His smirk fades. He says something to the guy next to him. They both look over. And just like that, she drops my hand, like it's burning her. Like I'm burning her. The ache that hits my chest is instant. Sharp. She doesn't look at me. Doesn't say a word. Just keeps walking. I follow her back to her dorm. The silence between us suffocating. She doesn't speak until we're inside. I'm sorry, she says quickly. It was just he looked at me weird and I panicked. You dropped my hand like I was something to be ashamed of. I didn't mean to, but you did. I stare at her, something hardening in my chest. I can't keep doing this, Lauren. I can't keep being your comfort in the dark and your ghost in the light. Please don't do this. Then what do you want me to do? She steps forward, tears in her eyes.
Stay.
Be patient. Don't give up on me. And when do I get to stop hurting? I whisper. When do I get to be loved out loud? She has no answer. Just silence. Just tears. I nod slowly, my heart breaking piece by piece. I think maybe you need to figure out who you are without me for a little while.
No.
Please, Nat, I love you. I say, and it's the first time I've said it like this. Out loud. No hiding. No shame. But I can't love you quietly anymore. I leave before she can say anything else. I don't look back. I don't let myself. And for the first time, I don't feel like I'm falling apart. I feel like I'm saving myself. The first week without her feels like bleeding out in slow motion. Everything in my routine still moves, classes, meals, people talking at me like nothing's changed, but I'm moving through it like a ghost. I don't answer her messages. I don't read them either, but I see the notifications.
I'm sorry. Please talk to me.
Can we fix this? I miss you. I'm lost without you. I try to be strong. I remind myself why I walked away, because I needed to breathe, because I needed to matter, because I couldn't keep surviving on almosts and late-night touches that came with guilt in the morning. But every night, I curl up in my bed and stare at the space where she used to lie. Every morning, I reach for my phone with a kind of hunger I hate myself for. I miss her. God, I miss her. Not just her mouth or her hands or her voice whispering my name in the dark. I miss the stupid little things. How she always stole the last bite of my muffin, how she made fun of my playlists, how she'd hum while brushing her teeth. How she'd look at me when no one was around, like I was hers. The worst part is, I still want her to be. I see her across campus once. She's sitting on the steps outside the library, alone, hugging her knees to her chest. Her hoodie sleeves are pulled over her hands, and she's wearing the one I left in her room, the faded gray one with the paint stain on the cuff. My chest tightens. She looks up. Our eyes meet. For a second, neither of us moves. Then she stands, like she might come over, but I look away and walk the other direction.
It's easier that way.
Or at least it's supposed to be. But when Friday comes, and I'm sitting in my dorm room alone again, it hits me like a wave. How empty this feels. How empty I feel. I wonder if she's drinking. If she's crying. If she's doing both. Then there's a knock at the door. I hesitate, heart racing. Then another knock. Slower.
Softer.
I open it. And there she is. No makeup. Messy hair. Red eyes. She looks like she hasn't slept. She's holding something in her hands. My hoodie, the one she wore that day by the library. Hey, she says, voice barely above a whisper. Hey, I reply, stiff, unsure. Can I come in? I step aside. She walks in slowly, setting the hoodie on my bed like it means something. Maybe it does. I'm sorry, she says. You already said that. I know, but I mean it more now. I say nothing. She sits on the edge of the bed, hands in her lap. I've been thinking a lot. Me too. I thought I needed space to figure myself out. But all that did was make me realize I already knew. I was just scared to say it. I turn to her. Say what? That I'm in love with you. The words land like thunder. Don't say it unless you mean it, I whisper. I do. I've meant it for a long time. I just didn't know how to name it. Her voice breaks.
But it was always you, Nat.
It's always been you. Even when I was with other people. Even when I told myself I wasn't like that. You were the only thing that felt real. My heart is pounding, but I stay quiet. She stands and takes a step closer. I dropped your hand that day because I saw him, Jason, and I panicked. But what I should have done was hold on tighter. What I should have done was kiss you right there, where everyone could see. Her hands are shaking. I know I don't deserve another chance. I know I hurt you. But if there's even a piece of you that still wants this, I'll fight for it. I'll fight for us. I close my eyes. For a moment, I let myself feel it. All the pain, all the longing, all the nights I spent hoping she'd say this. And now she has. I step toward her slowly, and when I look up, she's crying. I love you, I say, the words catching in my throat. But I need to know you'll love me when it's hard. Not just when it's safe. She nods. I will.
I swear.
I'm done hiding. I want to be yours out loud. Then show me. Her eyes widen. Right now. Right now. She takes out her phone. Her hands tremble as she opens Instagram, scrolls, and taps. Then she turns the screen to me. A photo. Of us. One she must have taken when I wasn't looking, my head on her shoulder, her arm around me. Both of us smiling like we already belonged to each other. The caption. Not just my best friend. My everything. My breath catches. She hits post. No more hiding, she says, setting her phone down. No more secrets. I want the whole world to know I'm yours. I walk to her slowly, cupping her face in my hands. Say it again. I'm yours. And then I kiss her. Hard.
Deep. Certain.
We fall into each other with a desperation that's been building for too long. This time, it's not about fear. It's not about hiding. It's about claiming, owning, choosing. Her mouth moves against mine like she's starving for it, her hands sliding under my shirt, her body pressing against mine like we've both been waiting to catch fire. I pull her down onto the bed with me, and everything fades. Every moment of doubt, every tear, every second I thought we wouldn't make it. She's here. She's real. And she's mine. When we're lying together afterward, breathless and tangled in sheets and heat and everything we fought through to get here, she turns to me and whispers, I told my mom. I blink. What? I called her this morning.
Told her about you. Told her about me.
My heart races. How did she take it?
She cried.
Then she said she loved me anyway. I swallow, emotion thick in my throat. That's huge.
Yeah.
She brushes her fingers down my arm. You made me brave. I shake my head. You were always brave. You just didn't know it yet. She kisses my shoulder, soft and lingering. I know it now. We lie there for hours, talking, laughing, touching, everything we weren't allowed to be before. And for the first time, there's no weight, no shame, no fear, just us.
Real.
Open.
Loud.
There's something different about kissing her now. Not because the sensation has changed, not because her lips are softer or her hands any less curious, but because, for the first time, I know she's not going to disappear in the morning. I know that when I look into her eyes, she's not second-guessing the way her body melts into mine. She's here.
Present.
Chosen.
Mine.
We don't leave my room for hours. She lies beside me in nothing but one of my oversized t-shirts, her skin warm from our bodies tangled together, her hair messy and her smile lazy in that way that makes my chest feel like it's too small to hold the happiness threatening to burst inside me. She traces my ribs with her fingers, light and teasing, and I watch her, mesmerized by the way she's finally allowing herself to look at me without guilt. You always looked at me like this, she murmurs. Like what? I ask, brushing her hair back from her face. Like I was magic. You are, I say. She smiles, then leans forward and kisses my shoulder, soft and slow. No one's ever made me feel the way you do. Good. Safe, she says. Desired. Like I matter exactly as I am. I take her hand and press it to my chest. You do. Her eyes shine when they meet mine, and I know, truly know, that whatever fear lived inside her is still there, but it no longer owns her. She's choosing us now. Every second. Every breath. Her hand slips under the blanket and rests on my hip. There's nothing rushed in the way she touches me. Her fingers move like she's exploring art, not territory, mapping lines she already knows by heart, but wants to memorize all over again. Her mouth follows the curve of my neck, my collarbone, the valley between my breasts, her breath hitching with every sigh I let slip. When she climbs over me and straddles my hips, the look in her eyes isn't hesitant. It's reverent. I want to learn everything about you, she whispers. I want to know what makes you gasp. What makes you shiver? What makes you say my name the way you did last night? My hands slide up her thighs, slow and firm. Then learn me. Her smile curves wicked and beautiful as she bends to kiss me, and this time, there's no hesitation. She kisses like it's her native language. Her hands roam my body with confidence born from craving, and when I arch into her touch, she exhales like the sound alone undoes her. We move together slowly, with the kind of patience only years of suppressed desire can create. Each moment is drawn out, stretched between gasps and murmured words and hands that tremble not from fear, but from how badly we want to get it right. Her mouth finds every inch of me. She worships me with her tongue, her fingers, her soft moans against my skin. And I give myself to her fully, without fear, without walls, because I know she's here now. She's not running. She's staying. When I cry out her name, she kisses my mouth, swallowing the sound, whispering, "I've got you. I've got you. I've got you," like a prayer. And when she falls apart in my arms, shaking and breathless, I hold her close, kissing the tears from her cheeks. We lie there after, wrapped in each other like we're afraid to let go. Her heartbeat steadies against my chest. My fingers trace the curve of her spine. She whispers something I don't catch, and I tilt her chin up. "What?" "You ruined me," she says, smiling. "For anyone else." "Good." She grins, then rolls over and stares at the ceiling. "What do we tell people now?" "Whatever you want," I say, voice soft. "I don't need labels. Just honesty." She nods. "Then I'll tell them the truth. That I fell in love with my best friend, and it took me way too long to admit it." Her phone buzzes on the nightstand. She grabs it, reads the screen, and makes a face. "Oh no." "What?" Becca commented on the photo. She said, finally, with like 7 exclamation points. I laugh, burying my face in the pillow. "She always knew." "Everyone probably did," she says, laughing too. "I was so obvious." "You were," I tease. "All those nights in my bed. You didn't think I'd notice how you touched me?" "I thought I was being subtle." "You literally kissed my shoulder and whispered how soft I was." "Subtle would have been not doing that." She throws a pillow at me and then dives back under the blanket, tackling me in a mess of laughter and limbs. "Fine," she says, pinning my wrists. "I wasn't subtle, but you didn't exactly stop me." "I was in love with you," I remind her. "I would have let you do anything." Her face softens. "I still can't believe you waited for me. You were worth the wait." She leans down and kisses me, this time slow, deep, and aching. "I'm going to spend the rest of my life making that up to you." "Deal." We fall asleep like that, naked, exhausted, wrapped around each other with her leg hooked over mine and her fingers laced through mine. The windows open, the breeze cool, but the bed is warm. In the morning, we wake up tangled, her hair draped across my chest, her mouth pressed to my skin like she forgot how to let go. She stretches, yawns, then pulls me close again. I don't want to get up. Then don't. Let's skip class and stay in bed all day. You never skip class. I do for you. She kisses my shoulder, then my neck, then my jaw. I sigh, already melting into her. You're dangerous. I know. We're going to get addicted to this. We already are. I laugh, and for the first time in months, the sound doesn't feel heavy. It feels like freedom, like something new, like home. It's been 3 months since Lauren looked me in the eyes and told me she was mine. 3 months since she posted that picture and stopped hiding. 3 months since the world shifted under my feet, and, for the first time, I landed somewhere soft. And in those 3 months, I've seen her bloom. Not all at once. Not without fear. But slowly, beautifully, like someone learning how to breathe underwater and realizing she won't drown after all. She still has moments, quiet, fragile moments where the fear creeps in. When someone gives us a second look at a cafe, or when a guy from her old friend group says something stupid behind her back. Sometimes her fingers tighten around mine when we walk together. Sometimes her shoulders stiffen when people stare. But she never lets go. She never pulls away. And I never stop reminding her, with every glance, every kiss, every touch, that she is safe, that she is loved, that she is enough. We spend our days in stolen pieces of sunlight. Coffee dates that turn into hours, study sessions that end in kisses, Weekends wrapped in blankets, watching bad movies, and making worse snacks. She's still Lauren. The one who dances barefoot on sidewalks. The one who sings off-key when she thinks I'm not listening. The one who always talks through movies and apologizes with kisses.
But she's also new now.
More grounded. More open. More herself. One night, we're lying in her bed, the lamp casting a soft golden glow over our skin. She's curled into me, her leg draped over mine, her fingers tracing random patterns on my stomach. "You remember the first time I stayed over?" she asks, voice hushed. Like I could forget. "I didn't sleep at all that night. You were snoring by 2 a.m. She laughs and flicks my arm. "Okay, after that." "Why didn't you sleep?" She's quiet for a moment. Then, because I was scared of how good it felt. I'd never felt that close to anyone before. I thought if I let myself have it, I'd ruin everything. I shift to look at her. And now, she says, brushing her thumb across my lips, "I'm still scared sometimes. But I'm more scared of losing you than I am of being seen." I lean up and kiss her softly. "You're not going to lose me." She smiles, then rests her head on my chest. "Good. Because I was thinking, oh no." "Shut up," she laughs, then nudges me. "I was thinking maybe next weekend. We could drive to my parents' place. Just for a day or two." My breath catches. "Really?"
She nods.
"I want them to know you. Not just as my best friend, or the girl who helped me through everything. I want them to know you as mine." I blink fast because my chest is suddenly too full. "You're sure?" I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I kiss her again, deeper this time, because words aren't enough. Later that week, she meets me after class with 2 iced coffees and a stupid grin. "So, I kind of told everyone we're hosting a game night this weekend." "Kind of." "Okay, definitely." "Lauren, you love me." "Unfortunately," I tease, grabbing one of the coffees. But I can't help smiling. It's not about the game night. It's about the way she keeps bringing me into the center of her world. Openly, proudly. Like she finally believes she deserves to love me back. Saturday comes fast. People fill our dorm suite with laughter and music and the smell of microwave popcorn. Everyone's buzzing with energy. Becca's there too. She hugs me and whispers, "I'm so proud of her." I smile, and for once, it doesn't sting. Becca was right all along.
Lauren just needed time.
The moment that seals everything comes when someone jokingly asks, "So, are you two, official now? Or are we still pretending we don't know?" Everyone laughs, but Lauren doesn't. She wraps her arm around me and says, "She's my girlfriend. And I'm in love with her." The room goes quiet for a breath, and then someone cheers. A few people clap. Someone yells, "Finally." But all I can hear is her voice echoing in my chest. I'm in love with her. After everyone leaves that night, we sit on the floor surrounded by empty cups and crumpled napkins. Lauren leans her head on my shoulder. "That felt good," she says, saying it out loud. "You were glowing. You make it easy to glow." We clean up slowly, dancing around the mess, stealing kisses, laughing when she accidentally knocks over a bowl of chips. And when the room is quiet again, she pulls me into bed and holds me like she never wants to let go. "Do you ever think about the future?" she asks, fingers drawing lazy circles on my back. "All the time." "Where do you see us?" I smile, closing my eyes. "In a little apartment with too many plants and terrible Wi-Fi. You hogging the blankets, me making you pancakes at midnight. Maybe a cat." "What about love?" she whispers. "What kind?" "The big kind. The forever kind." I tilt her chin up and kiss her, slow and deep and filled with everything I've ever felt for her. "I already have that with you." Her eyes shimmer. "Me too." And in that moment I know, despite every obstacle, every painful silence, every night I spent wondering if I'd ever be enough, this is where we were always meant to end up. Not in secret, not in confusion, but here, together, with nothing left to hide, nothing left to fear, just love.
Real. Loud.
Forever. Thank you so much for your support. whether it's by liking, commenting, sharing, or sending your super thanks. You make all the difference here on the channel. See you in the next video.